name is Mr. Gallant. I teach 8th grade science here at Green Acres Middle School.
And I'm Coach Parrish. I also teach 8th grade science up here at Green Acres Middle School.
And we're going to be doing some video lessons in order to help teach this next unit. And this next unit is going to be called Unit COVID-19.
Earth's place in the universe.
So we're going to start off with Lesson 1. Now, Lesson 1 is going to be what things in the solar system move. But before we can get to our teaching, we first have to watch a video. Okay, so now that the video is over, we're about to watch the video another time, but now we want you to really be thinking about these 4 different questions.
1. What did you see moving?
Number 2, at what speeds were everything moving? Was some things moving at the same speed? Were some things moving at different speeds?
3rd question, how big are the size of these things which are moving?
And number 4, the brightness. Are some things brighter than others? Are some things seeming like the same brightness?
So with these 4 questions in mind, we're going to return back to the anchoring phenomenon video and let you have a second look at it.
Okay, so now that we've watched the video, let's go back and think about those 4 questions that we asked you to think about when watching the video the second time.
Okay, question 1. What did we see moving? We saw the sun, moon, clouds, and stars.
Okay? Then we asked you to talk about, okay, what speeds was everything moving? Well, we saw that the moon and the sun seemed to be moving at the same speed. And different, we saw the clouds were moving a lot faster than everything else. And the stars were moving a lot slower than everything else.
And for our third question, we have, what were the sizes of everything? We know that things that were larger were the trees, Things that were the same size seemed to appear to be the sun and the moon. Things that were smaller in size seemed to be the stars.
And the last question was the brightness. How did everything compare when it came to brightness? Well, the sun and the moon seemed to be almost the exact same brightness, while the stars were less bright. Now, if there's something that we pointed out here that you did not see in the video, rewind, go watch the video again, and see if you can notice these things. Now that we've pointed out those things, we have some more questions. First question is, are the sun and the moon really the same size?
How fast or slow is everything actually moving?
And why are the moon and the sun so bright? It doesn't seem like it should be that way, but they were. So we compiled all of this information right here, and we're going to go back to it later on in this unit and see if we can answer some more about these questions. Now, I think we need to create a model. So
Sounds good.
Why don't we go to your room to create the model? You ready?
Fair enough.
Okay, so we are now in Coach Parrish's room, where we're going to now think about our observations and the questions that we just had and make our first model. Now, we know this model is going to be wrong because we're going to learn some more, and we're going to make this model look a lot better as we go on. So let's first start off with, what did we see moving? We saw the sun moving, the moon moving, the stars moving, the clouds moving. We never saw the earth moving. So that tells me that the earth must be completely still and everything else must be going around it. Because the earth never moved, right?
Makes sense.
That must be it. What about you, Coach Parrish?
Well, I know that I didn't see the earth moving either, but we know that other things were. So where do we put the sun, the moon, the stars, and the clouds and things which we saw moving? Well, on this first initial model, I'm going to, there we go. Let's see, we know we had the moon was moving and the sun was moving. And the moon and the sun were never seen at the same time. So they got to be on two different ends, right? So with that in mind, we got our moon, we have our sun right here, blah, 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 that's terrible.
And you drew them about the same size.
About, yeah.
Why'd you draw them the same size?
Well, because they, in our observations, they looked about the same size.
That makes sense.
I mean, yeah. So then we know that when the sun was out, we also saw clouds. So we gotta draw clouds. So we have the clouds, but we know that the things that were bigger were clouds. They looked really bigger. So we gotta draw our clouds.
Much bigger.
A lot bigger, right? And then, as the moon was out, we also saw stars. And these stars, they were tiny. They weren't that big, but so we have a star, and we got a little star shape, right? There's our star.
And they're smaller compared to everything else.
Correct.
So, but then we have to talk about the speed. How fast was everything moving? Now we said the clouds were moving the fastest.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to draw that with 3 arrows, because we saw them moving faster than anything else in the video.
Oh, yeah.
While the stars were moving the slowest. In fact,
Oh, yeah.
we could see the stars at night, and we could actually sometimes see the stars a little bit during the day. That must mean they move extremely slow. So I'm going to draw them with 1 arrow. And then finally, we have our moon and the sun. Now, when we made our observations, the moon and the sun seem to be moving the same speed. So I'm going to give both of those two arrows. So our clouds are moving the fastest, our stars are moving the slowest, but our moon and our sun are moving the exact same speed. So here's our initial model. It's probably going to be wrong.
Makes sense to me.
So now we need to go back to my room and let's talk about what we learned with this lesson. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Okay, so we're back in Mr. Gallant's room. So now we're going to think about what did we learn in this lesson. So we're going to go back to our question that we asked you at the beginning of the lesson, which was what things in the solar system move? So Coach Parrish, what did we figure out today?
Well, what we figured out was that some things in the solar system must be moving because we saw that happen.
And what's our evidence?
Well, the evidence we have is from our video and everything else was that from our view on Earth, that things must be changing over time. And in the video we saw that, we saw clouds, sun, moon, stars. So that's the evidence that I have.
And that's the end of lesson 1. And I'm excited about going on to lesson 2 because we know the model that we just did in Coach Parrish's room. We know it's wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we're going to have to fix on that. Y'all are probably yelling at the screen saying, that's not how it works. Well, as we go on through these lessons, we're going to build on that model. We're going to make it right. Right?
Correct.
So that's the end of lesson 1. We'll see you in lesson 2.